Greetings, everyone. I hope you are having an absolutely fantastic Tuesday today. My name is Jeff. I am part of the Dragon Bloggers team, and I am super excited to be able to be here and go over some of these awesome gadgets with you today. I'm going to be doing heavily geared towards kitchen gadgets, but there are a couple other neat ones in here as well, so I am super excited to talk about these. Let's go ahead and get it started with the first item in our carousel. These are the Find King Dynasty Series 4-piece knife set. First of all, I have to comment. The box that these come in is phenomenal. I like the look of it a lot, and they are amazing, the knives themselves. In the box, you do get 4 different knives. You get your regular chef knife right here. This is good for just about anything you can cut in the kitchen. Also good for just about anything you can cut in the kitchen is going to be your Santoku knife. And then beneath that one, you have a Makiri knife, which is really good for vegetables. It's got a nice long flat blade at the bottom, which helps you get down to that really tight cut at the end. And then your regular all-purpose knife as well. This is great for when you're just doing hand cuts or peeling. I actually have a video that I'll be showing you in a moment, cutting some mushrooms with this. Couple things with these blades. They are insanely sharp, but the design on them as well is absolutely phenomenal. I do like this quite a bit. In addition to that, you even have some of the initials of the maker right here. It's Find King, and it's amazing. It tells you a little bit about the knives themselves. They are 3-layered steel on here, and these knives are made to hold their edge very well. I have actually ran these knives through the sharpener right when I first got them, and I found I was unable to improve the sharpness on these, and I think that is absolutely phenomenal. When you are in the kitchen and you are working with knives, sharpness is going to be crucial, because when you're using sharp knives, you use less force to cut what you need to. In the event you were to slip or something were to happen, that force then is going to be minimized on where else it could go. So you'll be using less force focused on where you need to cut versus a lot of force. In the event that were to slip, that force can go somewhere else. So sharp knives are crucial. And the layering of these knives, the type of steel that they're made from, it's a very high carbon stainless steel. These knives are made to hold their edge very well. Now, these knives are a little bit finicky in the sense you have to take care of them properly as well. Any knives that are made to hold their edge like this have to be treated with certain amounts of care when you're washing them. I recommend right when you're done using them, simply run them through with water, grab some cloth, dry them off, and they're good to go. But these knives, again, the look on these knives is absolutely phenomenal. You have that little pitted area up here that's black, and then even right along the blade, I don't know if you can see it very well, there's a little design right at the very bottom there too. They are just so cool. Everyone that I show these knives to, they absolutely love it. And I absolutely cannot go on, or I could just go on and on about how much I love these knives. But I do have a little video that I'd like to show you real quick on these knives as well.
Alright, going to be using the Find King Dynasty Series utility knife to cut up some mushrooms. It's a small knife, great for detailing. Very smooth.
Alright, yeah, that knife does super well. Cutting this was like butter. So that was excellent there. Also, I apologize. Sounds like my mic is a little bit low, so let me try and dial that up a bit. Hang on. How am I coming through now? Does that sound any better? Hey, Justin. Hey, Bonnie. All right. I just made some adjustments to my mic. Please let me know if that has been fixed at all, but I'll move on and we can hopefully get that resolved. But yeah, this knife set is absolutely amazing. I've had this for probably 2 or 3 months now. I've used them plenty of times. I use the Nigiri knife a lot, actually. That one's my favorite knife in the bunch. I cook a lot of vegetables, Brussels sprouts and asparagus being the top two, and this knife does wonders with them. I love when I'm done just putting them back in this case because it showcases them so well. I'm very proud of this knife set, and I just want to keep it in pristine condition. If you have any questions on these, please let me know. And outside of that, I think we are ready to move on to our second product. So I do have all of my products right here, and kitchen gadgets aren't very small, so bear with me. All right, the next one we have here is the Geek Chef Toaster. This is a pretty neat toaster, and it is a 4-slot toaster as well, so you can cook 4 things at the same time. This is a pretty neat toaster in the sense as well because you can control the cook levels down here, and there are 3 buttons that you can use to interact with the toaster as well. There's this cancel button, so when you push it down, if something is in there, it's going to lock into place. To get that to pop up, you just push cancel. It does have a bagel feature as well, and these are very wide slots up here, so bagels can fit in there quite nicely. And then finally, you have a defrost feature down here. So you can use this to defrost things. In the back, this feature I really like. They have these little slots right here. And what this is when you cook a lot of toast in these, it's going to get really crumbly, and stuff is going to collect down at the bottom. There's going to be a lot of particles that gather down there, and you can slide this out so you can clean it easily. Everything that falls down is going to gather right on this, so you can pull it out, wipe it off, and it's very easy to clean that way. So I've used this quite a bit, and that's a great feature for getting these nice and clean. Keeping the products in top notch is excellent, especially in the kitchen. It's also got a nice stainless steel outer shell. I really like that as well because it goes with all modern decor, to be honest. They also don't show fingerprints very well. So I've been touching this all over and you really can't see. So it's very easy to keep clean. Stainless steel, stainless for a reason. I like this product a lot. Let's see. So the Geek Chef brand is actually quite a cool brand. I've gotten quite a bit of their products. If you don't know who they are, go check them out. They have a lot of really awesome kitchen gadgets. They did send me this one and I absolutely love it. So thank you. If you have any questions, please feel free to just hit me up anytime during the stream. I'll try and respond as soon as I can. Let's see. Got a little quick video of this one as well. Oh, oh my mouse freaked out on me. I apologize.
And I'm here today to talk to you about my brand new Geek Chef toaster. If you don't know who Geek Chef is, they're a pretty awesome company. They make a lot of really cool kitchen
Geek
gadgets.
Chef rocks.
And as a geek who is also a chef, I really appreciate them. So this is a pretty cool toaster. It's got a nice stainless steel outside. It's got a 1500 watt heating source in here, so it gets nice and toasty.
Extremely powerful.
But you've also got 3 buttons on the front up here. One is for cancel, so if you want to just have everything pop right back up. One is for a bagel mode, and then one is for a defrost mode. So fairly standard and easy to use. Nothing really too unexpected here. It's got 4 slots, each side of the 2x2. They're independently controlled, so you can control this half and this half independently. So you push those down, set one setting, then can defrost something over here, make some bagels over here, what have you. Another really cool feature that they added into this,
they are
which for
independently
toasters
controlled
has always
each
been a
side.
pet peeve of mine. Stuff tends to build up on the very bottom of here. You get a lot of really burnt crumbs that just accumulate over time. So
Each side
got
also
2
has
little
its
slots
own
in the back
slot
right
that
here,
you can pull out.
and you can pull these out.
Cleaning.
And there you go. You can empty this out,
So
clean
each
it,
side
wherever
is
you want.
independently controlled that
So
way
you
as
can
well.
get rid of all that burnt up stuff that just gathers on the bottom. It's always been something that I've really disliked, so I like this feature on this toaster. Seems fairly solidly built, and it's really just a plug-and-play item. All that came in here was the toaster itself, the manual, and then an offer to get an extended warranty if you sign up for their loyalty program. And then, yeah, everything's pretty cool. Give it a go.
All right, so yeah, that is it for the Geek Chef toaster. Please let me know if you have any questions on this. But with that being said, let's move on to our next product. The next product is also another Geek Chef product, which again, love the name, love the brand. They're pretty cool. It is a Geek Chef toaster oven. This thing is big. Hi, Doris. All right, so here we go. This is a Geek Chef Airfryer toaster oven, and this is another amazing product. I've been using this quite a bit with my vegetables lately because it has been helping me reduce the amount of oil that I need to cook them with. In fact, this type of toaster oven itself can cut oil consumption down by about 85%, so that's a lot less calories. It's a new year. I'm trying to get back into better shape, lose some of the weight that I put back on recently, so I'm going to be going all out with my dieting this year. The way that this works is you have 2 dials up front. This one you can control your temperature with, and then this is a timer that you can set with it. So it's going to go as a normal timer, and then once it's done, it's going to ding. And then over here, you also have a button that will turn on a light on the inside. So let's open it up and take a look quick. So inside, this is quite a large toaster oven. It has 3 different racks that you can cook on, and you can cook on all 3 simultaneously. Included is a standard wire rack, which is great for just kind of grilling things. You have a grilling basket as well. So this is great for things that are going to be crumbly. You can put chicken nuggets on here. That's going to work very well. And then finally, you have a baking tray. So these are all stainless steel. Cleaning them is going to be a breeze. And cleaning on the inside is also going to be super easy. I haven't had to do this yet. I haven't cooked anything that splashes everywhere or makes a lot of mess on the inside. But you can just take a rag and wipe everything down. Also, another neat feature, I like cleaning. I like things that clean easy. Included is a removable bottom plate, which again, as you cook things, stuff tends to gather on the bottom. So being able to remove this, just take it out, wipe it down, is an exceedingly neat feature. I like that one a lot. As a chef in the kitchen, I like to keep all my utensils in top order, and I like to keep them as clean as I can. So, earlier I did mention that I am a huge fan of Brussels sprouts and asparagus. And in fact, I have a lovely video here showing some of the Brussels sprouts that I cooked in this.
I have got my brand new Geek Chef air fryer oven hooked up and ready to go. Today I'm going to be making some yummy Brussels sprouts. Got these seasoned with salt, pepper, garlic, and paprika. Gonna stick these in for about 20 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit and let them cook. I do prefer to cook by look versus temperature time, so I'm gonna just keep that light on and I'll be checking it periodically to see when they're done. Get them nice and crispy. Alright, these are looking done to me, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, pop them out, and see how they look. Ooh, these are nice and crispy, which is just how I like my Brussels sprouts. Those are going to be absolutely delicious. This air fryer oven from Geek Chef did a wonderful job on these, and I am looking forward to seeing what other recipes I can come up with this.
Yeah, this is absolutely wonderful. I've cooked a lot of Brussels sprouts in this. I've also cooked a lot of asparagus. I use the baking rack for that mostly, and it does wonders. You can go all the way up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, so it gets nice and toasty in there, and it is amazing. Does anyone have any questions on the Geek Chef Air Fryer Oven? All right. I think we are ready to move on to the next product then. Ooh, it's also nice and heavy too. It's very solidly built. One other note about that, actually, I know that I've seen this in some of the comments when I was reading reviews, that people have reported that there's an odor with that. What they actually recommend is that when you first get it, run it for 5 minutes without anything on or anything in it, just turn it on. There's actually some stuff that they put on the inside to help keep it in tip-top shape. That'll just all burn off. You can ventilate that out, and then it's good to go. I followed those instructions when I first got it, and I have not had any issues since. Also, hello, Chucky. All right. The next item on the carousel is another really cool item. It's this boost area lamp. This is an LED, oh, didn't mention that yet. This is an LED lamp, and there is a whole ring of LED bulbs in here, and this thing is super bright. So let me turn this on and have it pointed towards the ceiling so you can take a quick look at that. But it lights up the entire room. This is a super bright light, and it does have a nice, neat feature. Because it's so bright, sometimes that too bright is not a good thing. At the end of the day, sometimes you just want a nice, soft glow. They have the ability to just cover the power button with your finger, and it starts to dim. Oh, I missed the power button. That would help. Oh, there we go. Wasn't holding it long enough. So you can go all the way down to 5% power from 100% power. It's still on, but it is nowhere near as bright, as you can see. So the head here is also fully adjustable. So you can point it up, you can point to the side, whatever. It's pretty nice that way. So I'm just going to stick this in the back real quick, turn it back up to full, and show you how strong that can get. So it's off, and let's turn it on. That is very nice and bright. Got another video that I can show you along with this as well. I want to quickly just shout out the...
I have everything that was in the box unpackaged and in front of me, minus the instructions. But I want to quickly go over a few things I noticed with this. There's 3 really cool features right here. First off, everything is daisy-chained together, and everything just screws into the piece before it. So assembly on this is going to be extremely easy.
And
secondly, each of these little tubes, they're made out of metal. That's really going to help with the durability, and not only are they made out of metal, but each one of these is a lot heavier than I thought it was initially going to be, so it's really thick metal. That's really going to help with the durability. Finally, and my favorite feature, this is exceedingly heavy. The base right here, it weighs a lot. And with that, that's going to really help, because if someone were to bump into this or something were to push against it accidentally, it's really going to help prevent the lamp from falling over. So when you have a very tall lamp like this, that's going to be crucial. The head right here, these are LED bulbs inside this, and they are exceedingly bright as well. They go all the way up to about 2,000 lumens in intensity, so it's going to be a nice bright light. It's also going to be in the temperature range from about 2700K up to 3000K, and that's going to be a nice bright, warm, like sunshine daylight. So I really like that as well.
So when I had that on just now, if you've seen that, it was kind of a yellowish light that is designed to be more of a sunshine type light. If you go higher, I think it's actually lower on the scale, you can get to a whiter white. or whiter light, which will just kind of, it shows everything a little bit clearer, but that's not better for when you're trying to relax for bed because it stimulates you a little bit too much.
I'm going to get all of this assembled and show you what it looks like, and hopefully everything goes well. So stay tuned. All right, I have the lamp fully installed and set up. Neat feature here is this head is fully movable, so you can have it pointed towards the ceiling, or you can point it in a certain direction. And this on switch here is also touch sensitive. Oh, yeah. This is an exceedingly bright lamp, so it's 2000 lumens. It's bright. I'm going to start with it up at the ceiling, because at full light, it'll light up the entire room when it's not pointed at anything. So another neat feature here as well, you can dim this as well. So if you put your finger over the button for 5 seconds, it's going to either go down or go up, depending on what setting it's at, down to 5% of its original maximum power. And then finally, to turn it off, it's just a tap, and it does remember the previous setting that it was at. So if you turn it on again, it's not going to be blindingly
Every time you turn it on, it won't always be bright. It'll go to the last setting that you had it on.
Easy to use lamp. I love this.
And I've gotten a lot of compliments on this lamp too. Everyone who comes over, when they see the lamp, especially my nephews, they like to turn it on and play with it. But I've gotten a lot of compliments that it just looks nice in my room. It's very fitting. It's got a modern decor, and I love that. And again, I cannot go on about how durable this is. That base, I have pushed this thing over so many times by accident when trying to move things around. That base keeps it from falling over and shattering, which is wonderful. And then those metal pieces on the side right here, these are super thick. They're just extremely durable. They put a lot of care into the design of this lamp. So that's wonderful. If you have any questions or comments on that, please let me know. But if not, I think we can move on to the next product in our lineup. This is yet another large item. All right, we have the Ace Cool Stand Mixer here. If you have a chef in your life, I highly recommend get them a mixer. Every chef needs a mixer. Every chef. It's so wonderful, and it just makes everything so much easier. This is an exceedingly cool mixer too, because this one is a very easy to operate mixer, and I like usability. So to raise this up, you just pull that up, and top pops out. While this is out, this also will not turn on, so if you have this on by accident when you pop it out, it'll shut it off, which is a nice safety feature. It does come with 3 attachments. You have a dough hook, which is my personal favorite. Anyone who works with bread will know that it is extremely hard to get the same effects by hand as you can with a mixer. A mixer like this is going to stretch out that gluten in the dough and make it so much more pliable than if you would have done it by hand. I love working with pizza dough in particular. That's one of my favorite things to be making, but I can't do that. I'm on a diet now. But using a dough hook makes the perfect pizza dough. I can never replicate that by hand. Also, it comes with a beater. These are going to be great for just beating eggs, small cake mixes, anything that's not super thick. And then a great mixer. I've used this quite a bit when making homemade cookies. It does really well with cookie dough. So a lot of my coworkers really like the cookies that I make because I use some smoked butter in them, and that just kind of kicks it up to the next level. So it's pretty awesome. So yeah, once this is popped up like this, taking the bowl out is easy. It's just a twist and release. So it's a huge bowl. This is a very large stand mixer as well. So putting it back is easy as well. You just line it up and you turn it to lock it into place. To put these on, it's a simple just push and turn mechanism. So there's a hole or slotted hole up top. You line that up with a piece right here that's slotted as well. Push it in and you turn it. Now you're locked into place. Ready to get started. Once it's down and plugged in, you turn the knob here to control the power. There are 10 different levels. Yeah, 10 different levels of power here. And it gives you a nice guide on the side as to what instruments you're supposed to use based on the power levels there as well. So for your dough hook, you typically want to go 1 through 4. Dough is a much more viscous material, let's say. It doesn't like to flow very well. So if you go above 4, you're going to be using a lot of power on that, and that's something that can burn out your motor. So you really just want to go with a nice, slow, steady beating on that. With the standard mixture, you can go from 1 to 7. So depending on what you want to make, you can really kick up the speed there. And then finally, for the beater, you want to typically push that one fast. That's going to go through material that doesn't, that's more flowable, let's say, like eggs, for instance. That's typically going to be something that doesn't take a lot of force to move, so you can really kick up the motor for that and get it going really fast. I do have another video on this one. I'll go ahead and put it on real quick. And
so a pretty neat
answer
little
some
mixer.
questions if you have any.
Very easy to use and easy to assemble, and it works quite well. So everything that's included in the box, you get a nice little warranty extension card and your original warranty card. I like companies that stand behind their products. So this comes with a 3-year warranty.
Warranties are very
plus if you
crucial for
activate
me.
your warranty,
Often a good selling point.
Here, you get an additional
if you don't stand by your
12
product, I won't be
plus you
buying
get free
it.
returns, priority customer service, 30-day free return, priority customer service, and then discounts as well. And I like discounts, so even better. It also comes with this nice little cookbook. And I know after looking through this, I plan on making some cinnamon sugar coffee cake. This is absolutely delicious looking.
Phenomenal, by the way.
I love sugar and I love coffee, so it's the best of everything right there. I will definitely be giving that a go. But let's get into how this works. So first off, on the side right here, there's this lovely little knob, and you can see the arrow going up. If you need to swap anything out, you press that up and this pops up. Then to change the head, you simply push this in. Oh, where is it? Oh, sorry. Yeah, it wasn't pushed in originally. So for this one, you just turn it, it pops down. Pull that off. And then the bowl, you can see that it says turn to the right to lock. So if you turn to the left, you unlock it. You can lift that out. Let's say we want to go from the flat mixing hook to the dough hook. Simply put that on like there, line it up, and twist it on. Put the bowl right back in, line those up, and then twist it to lock it again. So then pull this up, stick that in, and all done, ready to run again. So if you notice, while I was changing this out, this was not blinking blue. So no risk of turning that on by accident.
Great safety feature.
But now that's
Don't want to have that up and running.
Blue again.
Can cause a lot of damage.
This is your operations, so how you get it running and the speeds that you can run at. This ranges from 0 through 10, and you can see for the 3 different attachments, it tells you what recommended speeds you can run at. So for the dough hook, you can run this at 1 to 4. For the mixing hook, you can run this at 5 to 10. And then for the flat hook, you can run this at 1 to 7. And as far as operation goes, it doesn't really get any simpler. Just turn it to the setup that you want.
Kind of loud, I apologize.
It works quite well. It even comes with a little feeding section here, so you can place this over the top of the bowl and use this to help add in ingredients. That way you have a nice.
Oh yeah, that was a nice feature as well. It also acts as a splash guard when you're mixing, especially with some more of the beater type stuff that you're going to use at the higher speeds. Liquid's going to move around a lot, so that keeps it in the pan or in the bowl, which is nice.
Obviously, you want to place this on a nice firm base, but you also don't want it rocking during operation. So those are going to help. So let's say I want to switch out the hook again. So they push that in, twist that over, pull it off. Let's go to the flat mixing hook, actually. No, let's go to this one. We haven't put this one on yet. So, line it up like so. Where's it? Oh, right there. There's a little section that you can see where you can grab it on, and we're done. Simple. Ready to use. Effective, good, easy to use. I like everything about it. Excellent work, Ace Cool.
So yeah, This is a wonderful mixer. And as I said earlier, I do love making pizzas. Even when I can't be having them, I like making them for friends and family. I've been making my homemade pizzas since I've been about 4 years old. My grandmother taught me, and a mixer is a crucial item for something like that. Any bakers in your life, highly recommend. If they don't have a mixer, get them one. It's certainly life changing in the kitchen, that's for sure. And I think that's it for the Ace Cool Mixer. Does anyone have any questions on this that I can help out with? All right. If nothing comes up, and by any means, if you have any questions, please just stop me anytime, as always. You can always go back to a product as well to discuss. But I think I am ready to move on to our next product, which is the Inkberg Bluetooth Grille Barbecue Meat Thermometer. So that is another thing about me. I do a lot of cooking, by the way, but 9 times out of 10, I prefer to grill out more than anything. And a good meat thermometer is crucial. So very easy to use, works via Bluetooth as well. There's a nice app that you can download with this, and you can enter in so much with that. It's a very powerful app. If you get this, definitely get the app, give it a go. But it's a very simple device in terms of how it operates, basically. You have 4 different slots down here that you can plug into. I've got one of them plugged in right now, but it does come with all 4 attachments. Basically, once it's plugged in, it's going to connect to whatever probe that you have attached to it, and it's going to tell you the temperature of whatever that is. So right now it's saying that it's about 70 degrees Fahrenheit in my room, which that's actually kind of perfect. I like that temperature very much in my house. But if I were to just kind of cover the end a little bit, should start to see the temperature rise, because now it's going to get closer towards my body heat. Yep, so it's jumping up to about 77 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to slowly climb up. Now the outside of me is cold to my core, so it should be around 80 degrees, I would say. But yeah, that's going to keep going up. You can use this a lot. I use this a lot for my grill. So whenever I cook steaks, I like to have them around medium rare and doneness level. So I prefer to find out what that temperature is. And with the app, you can actually just dial in what you're cooking. So steak is one of the options. What doneness level you want, just enter in steak, and it will tell you when it's done. So it will beep once it reaches your desired cook level, and then you can be warned, hey, you need to go take this off. You don't want to let it overcook and get well done, unless you like that. But it also does come with other settings like chicken, pork, beef. There's just so many. There's a lot of fish options on there too. I don't eat a lot of fish today, but I am going to be looking at doing that moving forward, just because there are some nice health benefits for a lot of fish. So yeah, the back on here, it's a very simple operation. There's just an on-off switch. So it's on right now. Now it's on off. And it doesn't really get any simpler than that. Again, the app adds a whole new plethora of features to this. So if you go forward with this, definitely download the app for it, just because it's going to give you a lot more power with this than you did before. Plus, when you're cooking multiple things, so out here I have a second attachment. If you are trying to monitor the cook temps of multiple things at the same time, plug this one in before, turn it on. So now it should bounce between the two. Cover this one up just to make it warmer. So it's going to tell you 1, 4, 1, 4. When you're monitoring multiple things, the app also comes in handy there too, because you can monitor them wherever you are, as long as you're connected to it via Bluetooth. And on top of that, excuse me, sorry, talking this much gives me a cough sometimes. All right. But yeah, this is a wonderful device. Great for grilling. I grill out a lot. I love this. Oh, that's getting better. Sorry about that. Don't know why that happens to me all the time. When I talk too much, it gets a little bit choppy in my voice. Now, are there any questions on the Inkberg Bluetooth thermometer? Oh, it has a 20% clippable coupon right now too, so that's an even better deal. Now it's $50 basically for the base price, and with the coupon you can take off an extra 20%. That is pretty wonderful. I've gone through so many grill thermometers in the past. Typically they break down for me because my grill gets super hot, and I've certainly not been taking as good a care of those as I should because I had a learning curve with those. But this one has lasted me quite some time. I use it on steaks probably once a week, and then chicken every other, probably every third night with that, and it's wonderful. It's lasted a long time, and it works wonders. Okay. If you have any questions with that, please let me know. But if not, I think we are ready to move on to the next item, which this is one of my personal favorites. There is a really cool app that comes with this as well that I'm going to pull up and kind of show you a little bit about what it can do. All right. So this is the Govi Ambient Light. So it's pretty much a table lamp, and it's awesome. So as you can see, there's a little button on the bottom. You just press and hold it for 3 seconds to turn it on, and it gives you a nice soft warm glow right away. You can change the color simply by pressing the button on the bottom. It'll rotate all around to various colors. And Govi is known for their app adding a lot of extra features. So with the app open, I can change the brightness. Right now we're at about 17% brightness on it. Let's drop it down to 1%, not very bright. And up to 100. It gets super bright. This is a very cool lamp because you can also control whatever color you want through the app, and you can even pull up a nice color wheel and pick whatever color you want there as well. In addition to that, there are what are called scenes. So you can set it to, let's go to the universe theme, see what that one does. It's going to be a blue that rotates around to another purple, and slowly it's just going to kind of vary between colors to kind of give you that feel of whatever they call for that feature. Again, right now this one's universe, so it's going between blue and purple. Hills, it's going to be various shades of green, so this one's kind of cool. And there are just so many features that you have with this. There's a battery saver mode, so you can tell, or you can have the battery last so much longer on this. You can design your own effects, and my personal favorite, music mode. So the way music mode works is it reacts. So I should probably give a warning for the flashes. I apologize. Turn down the sensitivity, make it a little bit more calm. But it reacts to the sound of my voice or noise or music, and it's going to light up whenever it hears that noise. So you can change the sensitivity of it. You can, right now I have it on calm versus dynamic. Dynamic is a little bit too much for me. It lights up constantly, or it's a harsher change, let's say. So I really like this. Another really cool thing, my nephews, they like to stay over every once in a while. Typically, we'll pick them up on a Friday, keep them through a Sunday, and then they go home. And they really like using this as their night light at night too. So I'll have the brightness usually set down to about 15%, and then I'll have the calm dynamic music, or the calm music mode on. So that way, if they need to get up in the middle of the night, they just need to like clap their hand, and then they know where this is. They can pick it up, and they can go out, find the restroom, or if they're scared, they can come find me, and it's just awesome. They love sleeping with this thing. It's one of their favorite things when they come over. They actually downloaded the app as well, just so that they can play with it while they're here. They really like that. I really like it. It's really cool. One of the other things I like doing with this is when I'm watching TV late at night, I'll stick this right behind the TV, turn it on dynamic mode, and it'll be nice to have those flashes of color behind the TV every time it picks up the noise from it. Right now it's on auto color mode, so it's going to be cycling through the colors, but you can also set it to a stagnant color. So right now I have it set to purple, here's white, here's yellow, and it's just going to stay at that color now too. So every time it's going to pick up the sound of my voice, it's going to just stay at the one color versus switching around. And this is just the surface of this item, really. With the do-it-yourself tab, there's so much more functionality that you can come up with this. You can design your own types of features on it. It's just so powerful. This is one of the absolutely coolest things that I own right now. I love this. Oh man, the immersion lights with the light bar. I'm jealous of that. The immersion lights themselves. This is my kind of easy immersion light. So again, I stick this behind my TV, but with the immersion lights, you can actually hook those up to your TV. So that's just cool. Excellent work, Joni. But yeah, I absolutely love this. My nephews love this as well. This is a great showpiece. It looks nice on table by itself. When it's off, it has a nice cool decor to it. And you can set it so it's just sitting straight, or you can tilt it outside because it's got two legs right here and can kind of sit up. So yeah, it's awesome. Hello, Donna. Welcome to the stream. Anyone have any questions on the Govi lamp? All right. If nobody has any questions, we can go ahead and move on to the next product in our lineup. But as always, if you have questions, feel free to stop me whenever. But these are just some mixing bowls, not just any mixing bowls. These are some very good stackable stainless steel mixing bowls. So in here, I've got a total of not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but 6 stainless steel bowls. And again, if you have any chefs in your life, something like this is an absolute must. I love these bowls a lot. Being stainless steel, they are super easy to clean, and they don't show any stains on them very well. So, if you touch them, you're not going to see fingerprints on them. Super tough, great material, and best of all, they save shelf space. So I've got a nice video with these fine dine mixing bowls that I want to play real quick, just because I have made some nice
super
shelf
cool
savings
mixing
with
bowls
these.
from Fine Dine. These are stainless steel, they are freezer proof, they are fingerprint proof, and they are amazing. So in total, there are 6 of them in this set, and best feature of all, they are stackable.
Take a look at my shelf
so
before I got these
save
and then after I got these.
And they range in size in this set. You get a super serious, heavy-duty, large mixing bowl, all the way down to a small one where you can just whisk some eggs up in here. So this is a
Over
very
the holidays,
neat
we had
set.
some
They are also
queso
extremely
salsa.
lightweight. These
were
are
awesome
very
for that.
easy to maneuver with. So I'm going to go put
Chips
these
in the
my
2 big
cupboard
bowls,
and show you how much
queso and
space
salsa in the
can be
smaller
saved
ones,
with
and then
this
some
set.
other
Stay
finger foods
tuned.
in the tiny one.
All right.
Yeah,
as you can see,
counter.
I have
that's
3
my
different
cupboard.
levels in my cupboard,
So I had
and
a
all
lot of
3
mixing
of them
bowls
are
before I
filled
got
with
these.
mixing bowls of various sizes.
And I use
so this
them
is really going to help me
periodically
condense.
for various things.
Let's see what it looks like when it's done.
I was able to save
And there we
2
go.
full
These
shelves
awesome stainless
just
steel
because of
mixing
that.
bowls just condensed my entire cabinet from 3 levels of
Storage
mixing
space
bowls
is
down
a
to
hard
1.
thing to come by. So
These
anything
are
that condenses
amazing.
storage,
Highly
I
recommend it
love.
for any level of chef in your life. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, as I said in the video, these are freezer proof. They are good up to a certain temperature in the microwave as well, or in the oven as well. So I don't recommend putting these in the oven. Metal gets hot, but if you want to put something warm inside them, that also works just fine. So does anyone have any questions on the Fine Dine stainless steel mixing bowls? All right, let's move on to the next one. another one of my personal favorites. So these are neat. I've gotten a lot of compliments on these as well. These are the Aegis kitchen spice pots. So I have a lot of spices. So I do a lot of cooking around the house. I have a cabinet full of spices that I probably should condense. But I like a lot of spices. I like having access to all my spices. And this is wonderful because what I did with this is I take 4 of my most commonly used spices. I keep them on my counter. They're right in front of me. I can constantly see how much I have left, when I need to refill them. And they're pretty awesome. So the 4 spices that I chose to go with in here are garlic powder. So I have one filled with garlic powder right here. Some cumin right here. Use this a lot for tacos and whenever I make some curry, actually. Some smoked paprika. I am a little bit low there, so this lets me know I need to go and get some more. And one of my favorites, umami powder. So this is a really neat spice that I discovered kind of recently, but it goes well with absolutely everything. So I really like umami powder in particular just because it's so versatile and it's a flavor that I hadn't really come across before. But in addition to having this little nice carrying case so that way they all stay right where you want them to, each of these jars also comes with an easy open lid and a spoon to dispense your spice. So the lid closes down well right around the spoon and keeps everything nice and fresh and looking good. It's got a nice stainless steel ringer on the top right here too, which I think just adds a little bit of flair to the package. Makes it look a little bit nicer. And again, I've gotten a lot of compliments on this from people who come over to my house. My sister in particular, she was kind of funny. The first day I got this installed, actually, she came over for dinner and she walked in my kitchen. She's like, "Oh, I need one of those." So it was a really neat coincidence at the time. I really liked that. But for any chef who needs to get easy access to their spices, having that on the counter right there, it doesn't take up that much space. It looks nice, and again, you can track your spice levels so you know kind of which ones you need to replace. So pick your 4 most commonly used ones, go with that, and call it good. Hello, Candy. Also, hello, RG Long. All right. Does anyone have any questions on the Aegis spices? Or oh, what is going on? Sorry, my computer just decided to close a window on me. All right, here we go. All right. For the next item, this is a really cool one, and cool in multiple senses. So, with the Geek Chef product earlier, I did say I am a chef and I am a geek, and that is completely true in every sense of the word. But I also really love this item because it calls to both my chef and geek side in me. But this is the Dungeons and Dragons Heroes Feast Cookbook, and this is really cool. So not only does this have some just amazing recipes throughout it, this one being one of my personal favorites. This was the very first thing I made out of this book, the Elven Green Spear Bundles and Bacon. But the guides that it goes through for cooking and the images associated with them, they're not images that you can't attain. So what they include in the book is what you're actually going to be making, and it goes through a full step-by-step guide on making everything in there. It doesn't say just, go pick up cream. It tells you how to make the cream that you're going to be using in this recipe. And if you follow all the instructions, that's what your end product is going to look like. These are simply phenomenal recipes as well, and true to the D&D world. They tried to make everything have that nice magical flair to it, but they did a really good job with this. I love this a lot. In fact, I have a little video that I can show you with this one as well, because I can show you some of those Elven Green Spears that I made.
I'm here today to talk about the Heroes Feast. This is the official D&D cookbook. Couple things about this right away. It's a pretty thick book. There are a lot of recipes in here.
There are a ton in
and
here.
The artwork in here is just flat out amazing.
That,
I mean, come on.
It goes up
That
to
looks pretty awesome. Not gonna lie.
212 pages.
I'll be selecting one of these recipes today to go over and try out. And the one that we've selected to do today
oh no, for the
is
Govi
the
lamp,
green
the
spear
switch
bundles
is right
and
on the
bacon.
back of it.
Hoping that it
So
turns
it's on
out
the-
well, because I
on the
love
bottom of
bacon
it.
and I love asparagus, so we'll see how this goes.
Oh,
I'll take
nope.
video the entire way so you
The
can
lamp
kind of see,
is on the
and
side.
hopefully everything goes well. Alright, step 1 is complete. The asparagus has been seasoned and coated with oil. Next, we'll be wrapping them all in bacon. I love it. Alright, my Elven green spear bundles are wrapped in bacon and ready to cook. I'm going to let these crisp up for about 15 minutes. Overall, I think I'm going to slay this recipe.
I had to go for the
Alright,
fun.
here it is.
Couldn't
This is
resist.
the Elven green spear bundles and bacon. It looks delicious, smells amazing, and I can't wait to see how they taste. This recipe
were
was
phenomenal.
super easy to follow and turned out really well. Looking forward to seeing what other recipes I can find in this book. Thank you for watching.
So, I love bacon. I love asparagus. Combination, two of my favorite things. Worked so well. And again, all the recipes in here are very easy to follow. Super. I won't say that they're simple recipes by any means, but they give you all of the instructions to be able to fully cook it. So it's wonderful. And again, just all the artwork in here. It's so cool. Excellent book. Great for geek chefs like myself. Anyone have any questions? I know, Candy, you said you had the questions on the Torsior Lamp from Boost Area. So yeah, again, the button on it, it's just a simple touch-sensitive button on the front. So it is not a floor one, but again, the base on that thing, super strong base. I've almost knocked this over 100 times already, and because of that really heavy base on that, it keeps it nice and centered on the ground without breaking, so I like that a lot. All right, I need to actually run and grab the next item, so give me 1 second, please, and I will be right back. All right. Sorry about that. Apologize. I was actually using this one with dinner, and I forgot to bring it over right afterward. But this next item on the carousel is another one of my favorites. It's the Saunders Los Angeles cutting board. This is a very large, very heavy-duty cutting board. I use this all the time with cooking, and it's just wonderful. Not only is this a great cutting board, but it's a great presentation board. It's got a lot of neat features on it too. So this is made sustainably in the United States, so that's kind of cool. But it's made from a dark walnut wood. So this finish on here is actually from the dark walnut. It's not stained to look black or anything, or dark. It's just that's its natural finish. So it looks really cool. It's also reversible. So on this side, you have a nice deep pitted area around the entire outside. And this is really great for when you're cutting anything that's going to get a little bit messy. So everything, instead of getting all over your counter, all over your floor or whatever, it's just going to drain off into these, and then these are easily cleaned up once it's done. So this side is really cool for like chicken, fruits, vegetables, anything that's going to get a little bit messy. This side, however, is a great charcuterie board. Hello, Dana. This side right here is the presentation board that I was talking about. So you can get this set up to show very well a very nice charcuterie board. Get some crackers and cheeses lined up throughout here. Get a whole bunch of finger foods in here, olives. There's so much you can do with this. I ended up using this on Christmas. I made a fake, a cheese turkey on this. So I laid out a whole bunch of cheese and then a layer of crackers, another layer of cheese, another layer of crackers, and then I cut a little turkey face and made a little beak with that and stuff. And it was the first turkey I've ever made. It turned out really well. It was super cheesy, but I really liked it. It was really great for just making some nice finger foods over at my friend's. It was wonderful. But this is another. The features on this board are wonderful. So the material that this is made out of is an end grain, and the grain material that they use, unlike most cutting boards, they don't use a cross grain on this. So what that means is as the knife comes into contact with it, there's going to be a whole bunch of little fibers that the knife comes between. And that's going to help keep your knives from dulling once you do that cutting motion on the cutting board. And sharp knives, as you heard me say earlier, they're really crucial in the kitchen. Sharp knives help prevent injuries because you're using minimal amount of force where you want to. If you're using a dull knife, you're going to be using more force, and if something slips, you're using a lot of force in a place that you might not want to. So this board actually helps to keep your knives sharp, which is a very neat feature, and one I haven't come across in a cutting board before. Taking care of this board, they do recommend that about every 2 weeks or so, you just get a little bit of mineral oil on here, which I have up in my cupboard. Grab a rag, just wipe everything down. It's going to keep this looking lustrous, nice and dark as well, and keep the life of this, help extend the life on this as well. If you don't do that, then eventually over time you're going to get some stains on here that won't go away. Potentially have some heat damage that builds up over time if you have it near something hot. So I don't recommend that either. So yeah, this is about one of the highest quality cutting boards I have ever had. It's even got some handholds on the side. So if you are making a nice charcuterie tray or a nice Thanksgiving or Christmas turkey like I did, then you can hold it like this so that way you don't tip. It's also got some studs on all four corners on both sides. And that's just so that way when you have it on the ground, it doesn't slide very much or it doesn't come into direct contact all over the surface of the board. It's not going to be direct contact with the surface that you're putting it on. So they put a lot of effort and thought into making this, and it turned out super well. I'm going to show you a little bit on the video of this as well, just because I really like the box it came in.
One observation I'd like to make right away, they care about their product. How can I tell? They used a very heavy-duty, cool box for this. Companies that usually care about their packaging care about their products. I really like that.
And that is very true, people.
But I'm keeping this box for storage purposes and presentation purposes, so I like that. Base fits into the lidding as well. But we're here today to talk to you about this wonderful cutting board. Another observation I'd like to make right away, this is a nice dark lustrous wood. This is not made by staining the wood, this is made from a black walnut tree, so it has that nice dark look naturally.
With that stain,
but
being able to avoid that is a little bit safer.
Nice flat surface here, along with three
a very nice feature for this board.
What that can be done is you can separate off whatever you're preparing into those grooves, or what I plan to use this for is this is going to be a nice charcuterie tray. So you can cut up various meats, place them down here, add a couple rows of nice types of cheeses, finish off with some crackers up here, and bam, you've got a nice charcuterie tray. It's also a nice presentation board.
That very similar thing for my
It also has
turkey.
some nice slots right
really
on the
use
sides for handholds.
Pieces up here.
So it makes it a little bit easier to carry, less of a tripping hazard, less chance it's going to slide out of your hands. So that's pretty wonderful. Finally, I'll point out the pegs on this side. The purpose and design of this is to keep it from having intimate contact with whatever surface you're placing it on. You don't have to worry about it scratching your countertops, and you don't have to worry about the countertops scratching your board. So that's a nice, neat feature. Let's flip it over to the other side. It's going to have, again, a nice flat cutting surface along here. It's also going to have a nice slotted groove around the entire surface of the cutting area as well.
I'm going to skip ahead on this video real quick to show me cutting, just because I want to. This is the mineral oil for taking care of it. But I do want to quickly point out, so those end grains that I was talking about earlier, how the knife kind of just slides between them and They do close up after the knife is done, so they reheal.
Extend the
But
life of the cutting board quite a bit.
I was able to seemingly get a
Alright,
really
I've done enough
just
talking,
flat
so I've
chop.
got
I
some
didn't need to
veggies
drag
I'm
the
going to
knife
prepare
through it
for
or
lunch
anything. Just
today.
bringing the knife
Got
down
some
all the way
garlic, as
did a
well
full
as some
cut
Brussels
through my
sprouts,
stuff,
so
which
let's
I
get
thought was
cutting with
really
these.
cool.
So, it's very smooth. I really like that. You can really get down right into the very bottom of the product that I'm cutting right here. I don't have to worry about anything hanging on to the edges there. I really like that. So normally when I'm using a cutting board, you have to do that like little final chop down at the very end to make sure that you're cutting this fully, but this one seems that you don't need to do that very well. Or do that very hard. So that's kind of cool. So I'm going to separate off what I've got prepared.
But this is an absolutely amazing cutting board.
And there you go. This is a wonderful cutting board.
Any heavy-duty chefs,
and
this
very
is a great
heavy-duty,
gift.
made from
Something
sustainably
that they will
sourced
love.
American black walnut wood, and it's pretty awesome. Thank you for watching.
So, any questions on the Saunders LA cutting board? If not, then I think we can move on to the final product in our lineup today. This is going to be the Inkberg infrared thermometer. So, got this initially to look at the temperature on my computer because in addition to being a chef and a geek, I'm also a hardcore gamer, and I like to make sure that my computer does not overheat while I'm using it. So, this is a neat tool to do that because by the simple press of a button here, it puts out an infrared laser wherever you point it and tells you what the temperature of that object is. So for instance, I point it at my hand, in 1 second of use, it tells me that it's 84.9 degrees Fahrenheit. A little bit choppy because of my camera, I apologize. But it's a very fast response time and decently accurate. Wouldn't recommend using this for like a normal head check to tell what your temperature is because there is an accuracy range on this. It says it's 93 degrees Fahrenheit, which is likely going to be around 97. I got my temperature check daily going into work and usually always comes in at 97 there. But I wouldn't rely on it for something like that, but it will definitely get you into the very close ballpark. So right now, it's saying that my computer is 93.7 degrees Fahrenheit when I look in the fan area. So that's a good temperature there. Another really neat thing that I use this for is my grill. So when I'm grilling, I like to make sure that my grill is super hot. I have what's called an infrared grill. So the way that works is I have my flames down here, I have some metal plates up here, and then those metal plates transfer heat to my cooking grates. So it's very hard to tell what temperature that grill is. I like to cook my steaks. I start at about a 500 degree Fahrenheit cook on those. I only sear them for a couple minutes on each side. But with this, I can tell what the temperature of my grill is very easily, especially with that being infrared grill. With it being an infrared grill, I can just scan the grates and it works wonders. Also use this just to kind of play around with my nephews, see kind of what various temperature or what temperature of various things are throughout the house. I've used this in my oven. Another neat thing that I haven't used this for yet, but if I ever do use, or if I ever use it again, it will be for that. But oil when you're cooking, especially when you're deep frying, this will tell you what temperature your oil is. A lot of people, when they use oil or when they're cooking stuff on a pan, they typically will dip something in it to see if it sizzles, to see if the oil is hot enough for this. I don't really like that method. It's very inaccurate. But with something like this, you can certainly tell what temperature the oil is so you know when to place your items in the oil and when to cook it. Also, if your oil is much hotter, then you know that it's not going to take as long to cook it. So this is a really neat item that can be really useful both in and out of the kitchen. It's kind of really your imagination's the limit with this. You can find a whole bunch of uses for it if you know what to use it for. All right. And that is the last item on our product showcase today. If you have any questions over any of the items that we went through today, please let me know. I will gladly do what I can to get any of them answered. if not, I do want to thank you all for watching. This has been a wonderful stream, and I think I learned a lot from this. This is only my second time doing this, so I I have a lot to learn still, but I think I did. I learned a lot from my last one too. So just gotta keep raising that bar higher and higher, people. Never stop improving. Thank you all, and yes, we will be back on Thursday. So please stay tuned for our next your live stream then. Thank you all. Thank you, Chucky.